Hi, this is Dan from Pal. I'm sorry to bring bad news, but your landing page sucks and you know it. Good news, you can fix it in just one day. In this video, I will give you a step-by-step landing page structure so you can get more paying customers without getting more traffic. All right, let's get started. We'll create a landing page structure for a very simple and popular SaaS, which is called link in bio tool. So this is our product. Our target audience is entrepreneurs, all of the kind. And yeah, let's get started. So the first thing people see on your landing page is hero block. That's the first screen. And we will spend a lot of time nailing this first block. Why is it so important? Because this is where people get the first impression of your website. Just 10 seconds ago, they didn't know about your existence. Maybe they heard something, but they didn't know what the product is about, what is the value proposition. But now they got some initial ideas. And this first impression is the most important thing you can do on your landing page because people will not read your frequently asked questions as carefully as you want them. People will not read every sentence in your how it works blog, but they will very likely skim everything in your hero block. So we need to nail it, and it's not that hard, but it's still some effort. So the first thing your hero block needs is a heading one, obviously, and let's just put every block in order and then talk about like what we will do in each one for our SaaS. So next one is product description. Then we have some visual, call to action button, and usually as let's call it quick social proof. So this is a typical hero block for SaaS, digital product, service, whatever. These five elements, in some way should be present on almost every landing page. So what every element is doing. Heading one is responsible for communicating your value proposition. So basically the question, why should I care about this product? What will it change in my life? So as you can hear, we're not talking about, how the product works. We mostly talk how it will change my life right now, because people are not looking to use your product. If they could solve their problem without using any product, they more likely will. Again, if the person could not pay for any link bio tool and solve their problems, they would do that. But yeah, they can't do that. So that's why we're talking about value proposition. So this is heading one. Then we have a product description. Product description is explaining how we will deliver the value that is promised in the heading one section. So for example, we say showcase all of your startups, in one place conveniently, whatever. And this is like our value proposition. This is our customer transformation that we are selling. But people have questions like, how will you deliver that? How does the product work? What am I buying actually? And this is product description. As you can like hear, heading one is more on the emotional side and product description is more on the rational side. Sometimes, people have really rational heading one and it works for some audience. Maybe your audience is developers who are not used to emotional claims. But again, rule of thumb, most of the time, heading one will be more on the emotional side, focusing on the value you are selling, and product description more on the rational, more like this self-explanatory, no bullshit description. How will you deliver this value? And this is a first combination. It's very important. It basically communicates your positioning. Then we have three more elements. The first one, really critical, is visual. So here is like a thing about your audience. Very likely they scan images way better than they read. It's way easier to just look at image and think, oh, it's great, I like it, or it's bad, I don't like it, than to look at the copy, to look at some, paragraph of text. So visual is really important to make sure people remember your app. It can be, multiple things. It can be a GIF, it can be a video, it can be just a screenshot. Anything can work. It really depends on what is our tool. For example, in link in bio, we probably can use all three. I would probably argue that image is the least effective here because we kind of want to showcase our product in action. Some products are not actionable. You know, if you are selling, let's say, a database of some, leads, you can just use a screenshot with like blurred images because product is not dynamic, but LinkedIn Bio tool is dynamic. So here, more likely, we will require something like a video of founder giving a walkthrough, or maybe a GIF of like how the product works just on autoplay. So visual is responsible for giving people a sense like how the product looks like, what is they are buying. And it's really important to have one because it's hard to desire something if you can't imagine it in your head. Because if you just think, oh, okay, some LinkedIn build tool, but does it look good? Do you like it? Does it feel in your style? That's the question you will have. You can't desire a LinkedIn build tool just by a description of it. So this is very important. Next, we have a call to action button. This is usually something like you can't miss in the hero block because people just need to have, a next step for them that you think is the best one. Here, just like quick tips. Usually it's better idea to have one call to action button. It's really, really rare to have a situation in which you need two buttons, but sometimes it is, secondary call to action can be like book a meeting. If like, for example, first one is start a free trial or buy it, but like second one is book a meeting or see the demo, whatever. Here we'll have, probably just one call to action, so it's all right. And finally, we have quick social proof. Here's the thing, unless you are an absolutely top of mind brand in your industry, people have trust issues, like buying your product and, even just like exploring, they don't know if you are a legit company, if you are really that good. And having any sort of quick social proof would be nice. For example, here it can be a quick testimonial, just one sentence, nothing fancy, nothing long. It can be a number of customers you have. It can be average rating, whatever it is, it should be like one sentence and it just communicate some sort of trust signal. So like we are legit and other people, they trust this positioning that I'm selling to you right now. So this is like just basic layout for our LinkedIn build tool. We'll not write exact copy because again, exact copy is not that important right now. We need to probably think more like what is our layout, because copy changes, it really depends on your style, on everything. There is no silver bullet, but in when you think about layout, there are good practices that is absolutely logical to follow. So again, our hero block will be heading one, promoting, let's say, showcase all of your startups in one place, no coding required. So this will be our like heading one, value proposition. Then we have a description, something like, um, no, let's like a link in bio tool for entrepreneurs with multiple businesses. Add your products, connect Stripe revenue and, collect emails effortlessly. So we are not we're not giving more value propositions, we are highlighting different parts of the product. It's very important. Some people make this mistake. They continue to do value propositions in product descriptions. They continue to do these slogans. You need to stop. You need to have one good slogan, good value proposition in heading one, and then you need to go to the rational side because people need to just get no bullshit description of your product. So a visual, I would usually do a visual, like a video walkthrough. Just, as you watch this video, I would just showcase my product, me in the right corner, and just like telling what's happening in the video. I love this approach because it makes it more personal and, I can add useful comments. So 2-3 minutes max. It's a good visual. So let's add here video, GIF, image. A call to action button for us, depending on our offer, would probably be either get yours, claim your username, start a free trial, something like this. I would not use any purchase related words like buy, subscribe. Like, this is too early. You kind of want to don't rush the moment. You kind of want to just like, okay, it's not about the money. It's about like solving the problem. And then when the moment is right, you're just like, time to pay. And quick social proof, again, depending on our um, level of product, if we're just getting started, I would probably ask a beta user to write a quick testimonial and use that. If I have a lot of customers, I would use like 2000 founders, have their products showcased in our platform, whatever. If we have some media mentions, also can work. So this is basically a hero block. All right, this is the first screen. Try to spend as much time as possible nailing it. If you do bad job here, nothing else will work because people will just, think, oh, it's garbage. It's not worth my time, my money. So yeah, let's go further. Now, this is a moment where most founders do a very simple mistake. They try to, hard sell their product. They're like, okay, it's time to, learn about every feature, every integration, everything about our product. But like, usually that's not how you start a storytelling about your product. You start a storytelling with a customer, with audience, and the best way to do that is to highlight what is wrong in their life right now that needs to be fixed. And this is something we call problem agitation. So you might seen these blogs that like showcasing negative things in your life. This is exactly what we're talking about. What is the goal of this blog? So there are multiple goals. First, you kind of want to interrupt the pattern of like typical landing page that starts to showcase features. You kind of want to like say, okay, I actually understand you and I know what's wrong in your life right now. And that's the first goal. You do this pattern interruption. So second goal is not everyone is on the same awareness level of the problem. So let's say we have link in build tool. Okay, some people, they tried Linktree, for example, right? A big player in this market, and they know the problems with that product, and they're like, yeah, you know what? This platform is not for me because it's like just for anyone, but I have a certain needs that are not unmet here, and they have a very high awareness of the problem. Some people have a very low awareness of the problem. Maybe they never heard of a link in bio tool like in general. Maybe they just, have an offline business and they never thought they need a link in bio tool. These people are very different and they will perceive your product differently because one person understands everything like wrong with the market and they like kind of get your product faster. Second person, they kind of don't understand what is the buzz about, why they should care about this. And what you want to do, you want to push the last segment of people to the top. You want to make them aware of the problems. You want to make them care. So they're like, oh yeah, you know what? Actually, I have this problem for my like whatever pizza place that I have 5 links and like it's very inconvenient to showcase them. And they're like, oh yeah, I never thought about this. It's not like people will say that out loud, but this is what you're trying to do, and at some people it will work, some not. So how we do problem agitation? Usually, we have like just very simple, um, you know, directions for this block. We want, first of all, to kind of mention status quo solution. So for our link and build tool, it can be two different status quo solutions. Sometimes I call them nemesis. So the first one can be a really big player. So if we think most of our entrepreneurs use Linktree, for example, we can say, you know what, Linktree sucks, kind of sucks for entrepreneurs. It's kind of not made for entrepreneurs. So we kind of mention it. We kind of go more specific about like the current situation. Or if we think that, most of our audience are not using Linktree, they're not using anything, we can say, you know what, like you have a mess of links. So it's just like it's not the right way to do it like you do. And first of all, we just mentioned, we just kind of acknowledge that there is a solution right now that they are using. It's not like the mistake is to kind of have this vibe, oh, you're not using anything. We will be the first solution. No, they are using something. It might not be the product, but it can be like just a traditional way of solving these things. So the next step is to kind of describe what is wrong with it, because some things this current solution is good about, but some things are not working, and we want to highlight the problems. Because if a person has a problem and they think it's a problem, they will start to care about solving its problem more. If you come to a person and say, you know what, you don't have any problems right now with this area of life, but like you can kind of do better, that's not a good pitch. Because when you everything is all right and you just want to be 10% better, it's not worth your energy, your time, your money. When someone says, oh, you have a problem, do you think that's a problem? Yes, I think that's a problem. Do you want to solve it? That's a way better pitch. So we want to highlight the problem. It can be multiple problems, doesn't matter, but like the idea is, this is not working, and ideally what you want to finish, this affects your life in a bad way. So you just don't want to stop on the problem. Problem itself is not a problem. It's way more convincing when you say, and this is how it impacts your day-to-day life, and you hate this, you hate this, right? And this very simple storytelling framework, introduce status quo solution, highlight what is wrong and how this impacts day-to-day life, is a very powerful way to start promoting your product, because you make people care about solving the problem. And if they care about solving the problem, likely they will care about buying a paid solution to do so. So problem agitation can be done multiple ways. You can just you know list the problems and the effects. You can do without, you can do before, after, you can do storytelling about just like a wall of text about the current solution. It doesn't really matter, as long as it's something your audience is excited about to read. It's a good problem agitation. But usually you want to do it unless the audience is very aware of the problem. You might want to skip it, but still in most cases I do problem agitation just because it has this nice starting point in like the whole landing page story. So after the problem agitation is done, we kind of want to move to the product side, and there are multiple ways to do so. Usually, right after that, there are good opportunities to show how the product works. So in this block, we'll say, our product works in 3 steps. Sometimes you want to do features when maybe how it works is not that interesting and people are more likely to look like just on a big use cases you cover. Sometimes more rare, you kind of want to maybe show examples of the results. So like you showcase problem and then say like, but you can get this with our product. And yeah, so 3 options. It very much depends. For our product, I wouldn't do how it works, just because the process of working with linking bio tool is very straightforward. All right, you sign up, you add text, you just like publish link. It makes way more sense if, for example, you are selling, let's say, um, AI content marketing platform, and you wanna like walk through the process of creating a piece of content. Okay, here it's not that insightful and it's expected. Features uh, can be can be good here. It's all right. Examples can be good too. So we can play with these two. Um, I think blocks. It's not that important for us now. The main idea is finish the problem with that your product is different, it's good, it's made for this audience. So this is like will be our focus in this block. Our product solves your problem. That's the first thing. Second thing, we have like some sort of rational features, product flows, whatever, and emotional benefits from them. So what I'm trying to say here, you don't want to make this block as dry as possible. Yes, it's about your product. Yes, your product should be more on the rational side because you just started with emotional like highlight. But people are not excited to read, your list of features. They want to read your list of features, but also to understand what benefits do they get from every feature. So let me give you an example here. Let's say we go with features for our blog, and we kind of want to say, for example, we have a feature that you can connect your Stripe revenue to showcase like your revenue per project. We could say that, Stripe integration, connect your account and show your revenue. Okay, that's rational. That's like dry. That's not interesting. But if we think about, okay, why should people care about this? Okay, they maybe care to, build transparency, build trust, maybe, kind of showcase the journey. Okay, we can try this. And now we can change this copy into something more interesting, like um, build trust with like Stripe integration, connect your account, and like share your journey, your ups and downs, something like this. So people will read this and like, yeah, this feature is great because it allows me to achieve this sub value that is like relevant to me right now. Again, the copy is something you will pick yourself depending how much you want to sound formal, informal, inspiring, matter of fact. The idea is very simple. You don't want to sound like robot when describing your product. You want to make people excited about this, and the way to make people excited about this is to combine rational and emotional. And don't make your copy a list of slogans, but also don't make it, as emotionless as possible. Um, Pick whatever you like for this block, whatever makes sense for you. In this situation here, I would likely go with features just to show like three major, areas of like our product. I would say something like, um, showcase every product you are working on, integrate Stripe, and maybe, something like email platforms, Twitter followers, like social media to showcase followers. And finally, I would say like nudge your visitors to click, to leave an email. So that would be three big use cases I show. And like feature in everything and like feature and benefit. So that I would do for linking bio tool. Can be different for different product. So what we should do next? If we look at our story so far, we have a hero block, which is like a complete story itself. But here what we did is like we highlighted the problem, highlighted how our product solves this problem. What we want to do next is to finish this storytelling narrative with social proof, because we want to show that some people had this problem and some people trusted us to solve this problem and they had a success. So this is what is about. We just finish with like it worked. It's not theory, it worked in practice. And it's really simple. Testimonials can be endorsements from opinion leaders. Video testimonials work great too. Usually you are looking for just showing off like your customers. That's it. That's the idea, and try to match the testimonials with like some phrases and some things you highlighted in the previous two blocks. So for example, if you say in the problem agitation that the problem of LinkedIn Bio tool is that it's not made for entrepreneurs. All right, you have this phrase. It's really good if you have a testimonial that is, that has almost the same phrase, the same idea. Yeah, it works really well because people will like, oh, it's it's something they said. All right, I like this repetition of the idea. It starts to grow on me. And social proof, whatever works for you. 5, 7 testimonials, something you are like the direction you are looking for. um, how to make testimonials just more convincing. Add images of people, add their roles, so it can be like, a profession, a position in company. Sometimes it makes sense to add like a link to their website, a link to the social profile. It's not necessary. And most importantly, try to highlight key idea in every testimonial, just to make it, more easy to read. Because if you have a 5 paragraph testimonial, nobody's reading this, people might skim the highlighted parts. All right, so that's the first thing. Usually then we have like kinda two options. So if your landing page is very simple, there is nothing else to talk about, you can start to go into like pricing and the bottom part. Sometimes you will have both how it works and features. So in this case, we will say, features optional. So for example, again, if before that you had how it works, here is a good thing to have features or examples, because maybe you have more content. In LinkedIn Bio tool, that's something I would do. I would have features here and then like examples, like just showcase 5 LinkedIn bios from like different entrepreneurs. That's a good thing to do. If your product is fairly simple, there is nothing else to speak about, yeah, sure, go ahead and just like skip it. That's completely optional. And so we'll just mention the pricing here. But before that, a thing that I like to do a lot and I recommend to do in almost every project is to do a founder letter. So what is founder letter? I will just give you an example if you are not familiar with. So this is founder letter. Basically just a message from maker, a quick story why you built this product, why it is different, why, why you cared. And why do I like to do this? So first of all, I think your big goal for landing page is to make sure people feel it's different. You know, it's something unique, it's something that made for them, something they should care about. They should care about because it's different. And almost every page will have testimonials, will have features, will have problem agitation in some way. But like, a lot of people don't do founder letters, and a lot of people do it poorly because they just like kind of are not sincere. You can do it great. People will read this and will connect with you on a personal level. And a lot of people buy products. They prioritize products from companies and founders who they personally connect with. Because again, if you have two products like almost the same and you like one founder and you have no idea about the second founder, just ask yourself, what is more likely your go-to option, considering the price, the features are like almost the same. So I like founder letter. The idea is very simple. Share your why and like be sincere. That's a very simple idea. You want to explain why you build this, why this is your focus right now. And if you do this right, people will feel like you are committed to continue growing the product. You are committed to solving their problems. It's not just, you know, quick cash and move on money. Because especially if you are targeting B2B, you know, like entrepreneurs, they saw a lot of products. They're just like, you know, quick cash. You know, people launch it in 3 months, they are gone. Nobody is building features, nobody is answering customer support emails, and they don't want that. If they feel you are here to stay, you're serious about this project, they will feel more, you know, connected with it. And especially if you're just getting started, let's say you have zero testimonials, you don't have any social proof. This is a perfect way to build some trust, because you can always write why you built this product, especially if this, for example, scratches your own itch. You can say, oh, I had this problem myself, you know, I hated this so much, I built the solution for people like me. So I like it. It's hard to write, especially if you are like, you know, not good at copywriting, but if you nail founder letter, high chances are you will nail every other blog, just because it requires a very sharp, you know, sense of like, what are we talking about? How can we grab the attention? How can we just like share our story in non-spam way? So after that we have pricing, and after that we have, I just want to like list every bottom part. We have to ask questions and usually like a final call to action. So here's the thing. Sometimes it's reasonable to have pricing before. Sometimes it's not. It's very much dependent on the product. You know, some SaaS move the pricing to a separate page. Some SaaS show it after onboarding. Maybe it's like there is some personalization. Um, yes, people are looking for pricing, and a lot of people make their decision almost only on the price. But if, let's say in your case, it's not really the good idea to showcase, you know, you can show it later. um, Sometimes again, it's very different. It's hard to say just like always show the price, because maybe the product is very complicated and they kind of want to like complete the onboarding to understand like 5 concepts, and then you showcase the price. It's absolutely fine, nothing wrong with it. So but like usually, yeah, you kind of want to show the price somewhere. So pricing, we're looking to 2 3 plans at least, uh like always an upsell plan. So upsell plan is for people with money. In your audience, there are always people who have just higher budget and they're looking to get more value from your product. They're completely ok with, you know, spending more money. So always have this plan for them. You know, 3 to 5 key benefits per plan, and yeah, that pretty much it. Um, if you are selling from the landing page, you will have something like get it now. Don't again use purchase. If you are converting into the product, you will probably have something like get started for free, start a free trial, whatever. Um, I would give a few tips here. I would recommend the money back guarantee is questionable because it, in my experience, attracts bad customers. If people, they care about, like, if they are not committed to solve their product, if they're like looking at your landing page and like, it's not for me, maybe it's good idea not to convert them. Because again, this is my experience of people I talk to. If you are saying, oh, we have a like 30-day money back guarantee, um a lot of people will just abuse it, especially from countries who are not like, don't have this consumer tradition, and they are more likely to just get stuff for free. Consider not having it. You can always A/B test it, but in my experience, you have higher conversions and then lower refund rates if you are not promoting it. You can always refund people. For example, I always do, like, if person says, oh, I don't like the product, can you refund me? Yes, but I don't actively promote my money back guarantee, so people not don't abuse it. So pricing, for this product, I would also try to kind of disrupt, because linking bio tool is very, basic commodity market. I would try to use something different. So if everyone is charging, mass subscription, I would try to sell maybe either lifetime deals or maybe annual passes, and just try to find, a different monetization model just to feel different again. So that would be my pricing. Yeah, that's it. If you ask questions, I would optimize for 5, 7 tough question tough questions. Don't try to answer like softballs. Like, is your product really that awesome? No, people don't have this question. The questions they have in their mind is um, like how you are different from Linktree, or for example, how will link in bio tool like impact my business, or you know, for example, for link in bio tool, it might be like, do I need like coding skills to set up this? People will have just more serious questions, and yeah, that's it. um Try to answer them as straightforward as possible. Don't bullshit people around. Don't answer softballs. Just, tough questions about your offer. And final call to action is just, you can use almost the same heading one, just a call to action button, because if person scroll to the bottom, you just want to have a call to action button so they, have this like the next step for them. Um, yeah, so we'll just have like variation of heading one and call to action button. So yeah, that's a landing page structure. That's, I would say the go-to template I would recommend. Some things might not work for your business. Some things, you need different. But in my experience, this is a good starting point. So I will now showcase you a few things from our landing pages. So first landing page is master generator. We have hero block, heading one, description, call to action button, quick social proof, video. Then we have problem agitation. As you can see, it's like without with. We have a quick social proof here too, call to action buttons for sure. Then we have features. So this can be clicked and, people can read more data here. And everything like for now going straight as we had in the plan. Then we have, I would say that a combination of, like of social proof, because you have like these companies, testimonials, and audiences. For me, that made sense because I had a more diverse target audience. I just wanted to like say, oh, you're a digital creator. We have people who bought the product from your audience. And yeah, this, for example, is like features one more time, but like, more packed, so less visuals. It's like utility features as we call them. So for now, this is almost the same structure. Then I have founder letter, testimonial. So for example, here I have additional social proof. So three social proof on one landing page, and it's every time a little bit different. And yeah, final call to action. And for example, in that case, I don't need frequently asked questions in pricing. I have them in the product after a person completes a free demo, because a lot of concepts that are necessary to understand like the offer are presented in the onboarding. And if I do here, it might not work the way I wanted. So here is it works here. Um, might be different in your case. So now I want to give you a few like tips how to avoid common mistakes. So the first common mistake I see a lot is I would say not having enough visuals of your product. This is very important because people just like, oh, I will write like copy. I will focus on copy. But people, they don't read as much as they look at. Just think about how many people in a day read books, read like, news, whatever, and how many people watch TikTok, watch YouTube, watch TV. It's a different like level. So if you have any sort of visual, anything to look at, it will work much better than the copy. All right. And if you can have a block that is visually desirable, you don't even need a lot of copy in it. The visual itself will sell your product. So the second thing, I feel like it's lack of social proof. You need to understand that people, whatever you do, you can write the best copy, showcase your product as much as possible, but people trust people more than they do you. Of course, like there is a certain level of like mistrust in testimonials in websites, because a lot of people fake them. Don't do that. But still, it's better to have testimonials than don't have them. If you don't have any users, give your tool for free to 50 people and ask their feedback. Some people will love it. Ask them to write a testimonial. Showcase this free testimonial from free user. It's perfectly fine. Just like ask the person if they're fine of you using the testimonial on your landing page. So you can do it even before the launch. It will take you maybe 1 week to get these testimonials, but the difference of landing page conversion with and without testimonials is huge. So please do that. Next, I think, is an idea that landing page should be, should be like kind of formal, kind of neutral. You want landing page to feel like you. You want landing page to be unique, to match your tone of voice. So, it it's perfectly fine to, share your story. It's perfectly fine to use quirky copywriting if again that's your tone of voice, to joke, to have some fun on your landing page. If that is what your product and your marketing is about, because um, people, like, let's say they visit 20 landing pages in a week, you want to be one of them that they will remember, and they won't remember something average, something like, gray and spineless. So do something different on your landing page. Finally, I think, yeah, a big one is design. A lot of people get this wrong and they kind of prioritize copy, layout, everything of that is important. But if your design looks like it's, I'm sorry, amateur product, if that is, some not even like half-baked MVP, but like this is just, a university project that was done in 2 days, um, people will treat is uh, as they like perceive. Your design shouldn't be like top level, it shouldn't be the best in the world, it should be just clear, um, minimalistic. Usually minimalistic is a good thing, and just attractive on the basic levels. Fancy doesn't equal attractive, using fewer colors, using the right font, using the right spacing will improve. So if you suck at this design, I don't know, like get a Figma boilerplate of landing pages. I'm sure there are like a lot of them for free. Ask people to roast it, improve your design skills, whatever. But like I, from let's say 100 landing pages that I have seen, like in the last 2 months, half of them are easily bad just because the design choices are poor. I'm not paying money for a product that looks ugly if that product is not tax related, government related. I can completely understand ugly government products, the way it is. But if you are building like some, let's say, B2B SaaS, please spend 3 days and make it look good. If it doesn't look good, I kind of start to feel the whole product will not be good, because that's a very essential part. And yeah, that's common mistakes people do. Even a good landing page structure will not fix them. So please make sure to just cover these mistakes, double check that you're not doing them. And yeah, if you still, like, after this video, you absolutely hate the idea of like landing page structure, I have two um, in a way shortcuts for you. So this is a marketing strategy generator, and we have two features right now for landing pages. So the first one does everything we did, but like in one click. So here I have a link in bio tool, and this is a market strategy for link in bio tool. And I just like described my landing page structure, and it generated me like every block and like some ideas what to use in them. So I get the same structure, but just done in 30 seconds, and I didn't need to do anything. And after I like executed on this landing page structure, after I created a landing page, usually it's a good idea to take feedback. So what I can do, I can go to landing page audit, submit my website here, and get a very holistic and actionable feedback on 4 elements. How well am I communicating my positioning? How well is my design choices? What is my copywriting skills? And finally, is it trustworthy enough? So I think it's very useful, because landing page is something that will see 100% of your customers will see your landing page, you know and the better job you do here, usually the better revenue results you will see. So please spend more time on it. And yeah, landing page structure is a good way to get going. So thanks for your time, and have a nice exercise with your landing page. Bye bye.